For fuck's sake. Jiu-Jitsu exists without you. You're not important. None of us are important. Like you're a fucking beautiful, unique snowflake of a human sharing this art.
Welcome to Chokehold On Success. My name is Zach Fairfield and I am your host today, founder and CEO of Roll-Off's Gym Operating System, where we're helping combat sports gym owners get and retain students by leveraging community technologies. I would like to introduce today's guest. He is a third-degree black belt directly under Hickson Gracie. He's the owner and lead instructor for 0 Point Jiu-Jitsu academies around the world. He's an animator, musician, some might even say comedian or actor, but I think he is nothing short of fascinating. And I cannot wait to share my conversation with Chris Bones Burns.
Hello. I didn't know this was going to be a serious one. I'm too asleep for serious podcasts. Just get ready for nothing but dick jokes.
I love it. I'm 100% game. Just as a fun question, like what is the first like CD or album or I guess tape, that you got either as a kid or as a young adult that just like, you're like, this is me, this is my music, this is my album. Like I could listen to this nonstop. Like I'm in love.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say like the first one that first concert for me was REM. My sister took me to REM, and that was the best concert. Still love REM to this day. Big fan. The next one, the first album that I had was a Beach Boys album that I'm still in love with to this day. I listened to that nonstop. I still love the Beach Boys. But the first album that like hardcore defined me. I don't know, man. I had a lot of cassettes and they were all mixtapes of random shit. This is shit that I actually care about. I think defining albums for me, like the Nine Inch Nails' Pretty Hate Machine. That was like the very first one on the list that I was like on heavy rotation as a child. But like I really love the Beach Boys and Nine Inch Nails. And then punk rock wise, I think the first real punk rock album for me was probably NoFX.
Okay.
It was Punk and Drublic. That one was the big eye opener to like, oh shit. And then it went all
I
downhill
like
from there.
angry teenage music.
Oh
I
my
like
God,
this.
no, they're not angry. That album's hilarious. I always saw like if you can't have a sense of humor, like fucking just die. So like I really enjoyed Black Flag and the Misfits and Fear. Like I like Fear mostly because of the offensive humor. Like it's the leaving is not trying to be your friend.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Fear. That's the Descendants. But I think my first intro was NoFX. But they were more funny than like
Yeah.
hardcore. Fuck you, how dare you, and then the Clash. I don't know, like huge music fan. I love all music. Like big into music. I think defining wise for me, probably the soundtrack to The Crow as well. That was terrible. That came along too early.
What would be like one of your favorite movie soundtracks? Like, and maybe aside from the one that you've talked about before, is there another one?
Oh, there's a million. Like, there was a beautiful heyday of fantastic soundtracks to film. It was like this perfect mixtape for the mood of the movie. Like I said, The Crow, fucking, they nailed that. There was a couple songs that never made it onto there that I think would have gone really well. And a couple songs on there that I'm like, what the fuck is that doing here? But outside of that, yeah, because like, no, I didn't need Rage Against the Machine at any given time during The Crow. Like I get it, they were big at the time. Like whoa, all right, hardcore political music didn't really
What?
match for me.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
me,
yeah,
I'm sure somebody else is like, that's the essence of The Crow. How dare you? Like I'm good, but like because I can harp on this one forever. Repo Man has the greatest soundtrack. Like they fucking nailed it. They nailed it.
My favorite, probably like movie soundtrack wise, I probably got two that are really weird, but would be the Lost Boys. So I don't know why, but I like the Doors in the Lost Boys, and I love the weird saxophone tech. Like, gotta love it.
I think the weird
Uh,
saxophone.
I
All
don't
you
know why. I
love
love the
is
weird saxophone. Like he's just jamming out with his saxophone and sweaty. So
super sexy.
And then probably The Matrix. I like The Matrix. The Matrix had a really weird soundtrack that went with it. Had some really weird music.
Oh fuck, man! I have man. I wish I had all the old CD cases and cassettes. I left them with my friend Greg in Melbourne. They're in his storage unit from when I moved to America. But before that, I had like big phone books of CD cases of hard to find stuff that's no longer in print. Like I had a thing for a band called Magazine, because there was like this CD store in Melbourne, and you could go by there and you could find the weirdest shit back in the day. So I would get like what was it, like bootleg albums from B-52s and Radiohead and just random shit. So I've got like phone books of weird music. So I would make my own mixtapes, and my mixtapes would go from CD to cassette because cassette player was easier for me to have on a bike or a skateboard to be able to get from point A to point B than a CD player that's jumped like skipping. So I would, yeah. So you can't carry a CD
Kids
player
these
because
days have
I
no
own.
idea. We'll never understand the struggles of a skipping CD player or having to try and track a VHS player or
So I have a lot of mixtapes that are basically soundtracks to my life. I would love to find one. I called one of them was called I Hate Wednesdays, and it was the name of a comic book that I made when I was a teenager with my friends. I don't remember why I hated Wednesdays, but the soundtrack was a fucking banger, man. It had LA Mexican punk bands on it that I can't remember. It had the plugs, I can remember the plugs, but it had like mindless self-indulgence for some reason, and then Guar and Fear, and it just left
I
field after left field. It made
I
no
loathe
fucking
that I
sense.
missed some of those teenage mixed discs that, me as a teenager. Now, mind you, mine was a little bit weird and odd because I had like 12-inch subwoofers in my car. And so my selection of music was very orientated towards what would go and vibrate the trunk of my
Fair enough.
Volkswagen as loud as
It's
it
a
would
very
go.
American thing, just so you know. No one else fucking does that in the
Very,
world.
very much so. Very, very
Dude,
much
I was
so. But
in
I did, now mind you, but it arrayed to a very interesting selection of music because Pink Floyd sounds amazing on giant subwoofers, but so
fuck.
does E40,
Really?
and so does, some weird techno. Oh man. So there's some really interesting songs you can play with very loud music. So I have a very diverse selection of music still yet. The way I grew up, my dad played like Eric Clapton and Elvis, and he was a musician and performed for a
Subwoofers?
lot of years as like a coffee shop musician, guitarist. And so like I grew up like listening to all those songs and singing all those songs. And so like I have a great love for like early classical rock, like early classic rock. I love like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, stuff like that. So I probably know more about that stuff than even like the 80s, 90s punk rock stuff. And then like into like the 2000s, as I started turning into a teenager, it's like, okay, now I'm a little bit more familiar with the music scene. But yeah,
That's
it's pretty
cool.
funny.
You know, I got a good soundtrack I thought of while you were saying that. SFW. If you've ever heard that soundtrack, So Fucking What is the movie? SFW.
Okay.
That soundtrack is phenomenal.
Mm.
Like just and it had Graham Revell. He's a studio musician. He's like Danny Elfman for films and shit. He did a couple of instrumentals in between things, kind of drag you into living in suburbia.
Mm.
Speaking of suburbia, that's a really good soundtrack. Not the '80s punk rock one, but the one with the dude that got naked at the Circle K. Giovanni Ribisi. Giovanni Ribisi was in Suburbia, and that had a solid soundtrack because it had the Breeders, I think. Maybe. Maybe. No, who did Caramel? Yeah, Breeders. I love the
Yeah.
Breeders. Oh, before we move on, I want to make sure that I say it loud and clear. I found a band because of one of my friends in Arizona. One of my students over there just took a screen grab of a band, and it's called Whores, and the song was "Every Day Is Leg Day." It is the best album I've heard in years, years. And I am so
Okay.
like I love music. Like I can hear things. You're like, oh, that's really good. Oh, that's really nice. My wife introduced me to like this Greek black Brazilian girl. She beautiful voice. I can't remember her name to save my life. I love that. I put on the album Whores. Holy shit. Like my days, like I'll listen to that all day long on repeat. Phenomenal album. Anyways, back to jujitsu shit.
Huh. I guess something I'd ask you too, like when you're thinking of self-defense, right? Like we think like situational awareness. We always talk about like, hey, don't punch me, don't strike me, don't hit me. Like if you were to tell a kid, like, hey, how do you defend yourself? Like I'm not going to tell my kids, hey, break out of a headlock here. I'm going to tell my kids, get the hell away from this person as quick as I can. Like for you, what is the first step of self-defense? Like what do you think is that?
Turn the phone off. Turn the computer off because most bullying is not hand to hand these days. It's online. Like the disturbing amount of people that have committed suicide because of online bullying. Like that's the first port of call. Like you're putting this thing in your face and going like, "Oh, I'm a piece of shit. Nobody likes me." No, you're not. You're fine. Turn it off. They're retarded, and there's no consequences. Like they're not in front of you. And then when there's consequences, you start with verbal, then physical. Like it's situational. I My friend Vinny teaches kids way fucking better than I do. I'm just the violent asshole that teaches adults. Like I'm learning how to teach a kid right now. Vinny's phenomenal when it comes to teaching kids because he was like classically trained on how to teach Gracie Jiu-Jitsu to children, not just here's a move for the competition, guys. No, they have like scenarios where they hold their hands up and they say, "No, man, I'm good at like I might not be good at soccer, but I'm good at jiu-jitsu." Like it's really cool how they build the kids' confidence. So my goal, technically, as a dad, new dad, I want to make sure he's confident, and then he can back up that confidence verbally and then physically. You know, like he needs to be smarter than me because Captain Dumbass used to just get in fights all the time, constantly. My entire youth was just like getting my fucking head caved in for no reason, just because I had some weird emotional issues where I didn't think I deserved to be happy. You know, like, oh, I deserve to suffer. Nobody loves me, and I should just get my fucking head caved in. No, that kid's growing up fucking happy. I'm gonna do my damn best so that he's confident. And then if somebody goes, you can't play on the soccer field, like, yes, I can. I can play on the soccer field if I want to. You can't stop me. And if you stop me, I'm gonna have to hurt you. Like, that's the shit, man. I love the way that Gracie's teach the kids. And I don't know when I say those words if anybody can put those two things together because some people see the Gracies as like they're going to sell you a car. And then there's other people like they see the Gracies as, oh, they're preserving a martial art and a lifestyle. Like it's a completely different couple of lanes when you hear the word Gracie. So good luck.
100%. Yeah.
I wasn't told the difference when I showed up at a different Gracie school. I went to learn Gracie Jiu-Jitsu for self-defense and I learned sport. And I was told that it was self-defense. Like, no, you're getting tough. You're learning how to defend yourself by doing this. All I did was get injured. There's other schools where the kids are actually literally raised up to be strong mentally and like present. You know, not just sitting there like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna win a medal. No, like no, I don't have to listen to you. You're being a bully. I don't like you. I love that shit, man.
That
I
was,
love the idea of
dude,
teaching kids how to not be bullied.
I remember seeing some of the early videos that that Henner has of like the kids, the bully program, right? The anti-bully program. I think that they
Yeah.
have at the Gracie University, and amazing. I love the idea of it, like teaching kids how to stick up for themselves and to be defensive. Like,
Yeah.
like for a gym that maybe is struggling with a kids program or parents or whatever, like, would you recommend Gracie University, even if they're not a Gracie affiliate?
I think it's better than nothing. Like that's
Yeah.
cool. I dig it. I would recommend Joe Mendoza's one. He made one with Hickson. So it's a jab jujitsu against bullying, and he does it with the LA Fire Department, and it kind of has spread out from place to place. I'd give my recommendation to that one because it's more. And this isn't me putting down Gracie University because, like I said, anything is better than nothing. If you go to the gym and you lift weights and you have bad form, at least you're lifting weights. I like Gracie University. I like what they do. I just prefer separate content, like different content. What they're doing with the kids is fantastic.
Yeah.
I like it. But Joe Mendoza went on a specific path. He wanted to do this with Hicks and Gracie. So we're working on that one together. I'd rather put my name on that one.
No worries about putting a name on it. I think more so just on the
Well, no,
education
like when
side.
I endorse the thing, I have to fully believe in it. Like if I tell you to go listen to the album Whores, if I,
You
like,
better believe in it.
yeah, yeah, I believe in that album. If you say like, hey, would you recommend Bully Proof? Like, yeah, it's okay. Like I'm not gonna put my name and my Well, I get a ton of messages saying like, "Hey, will you wear this product? Hey, will you do this? Hey, can we send you this?" No, I'm good. I'm not a billboard. I'm a billboard for the things that I believe in. Like, I will constantly forever push Hickson's Jiu-Jitsu because I believe in Hickson's Jiu-Jitsu. I'm constantly forever like, I wear black market kimonos because I believe in Scott and I like the product. Like, it's just the way it is. Datsura has asked me to represent them. I'm going to be doing that this year because Chris is cool. I really like Datsura. I really like their products. Outside of that, like, if you ask me, like, how do you feel about heirloom shrimps? Like, they're okay, I guess. I don't want to put, I like crusty. I don't want to put my crusty brand of approval on anything. I gotta give a fuck about it to reshare it. I gotta give a fuck about it to put a love heart on it. You know, that's why I unfollowed everything. I've got like 100 people that I see when I open that fucking app. Like, it's just terrible. Because every time I turn that thing on, it's like, oh fuck, I'd kill you. Like, oh, all right. Sorry about the free content. My bad.
It's a small world, so I got to have this conversation with my gym owner, which, of course you're on the internet and you've been observed by people. I was like, of course my gym owner's seen this guy. He's had to have seen this gentleman. He's like, I wanted to make a video about one of the things, and I was like, beautiful. I was like, he's obviously
Why
done
didn't
his
they?
job. Like, he's done his job of like doing it. So uh how do you think about like that problem of ego in jujitsu and business? Like what is ego have to like? Is it destroying jujitsu? Is it
You
what is your
can't
thoughts on
destroy
it, brother?
jujitsu. For fuck's sake. Jiu-Jitsu exists without you. You're not important. None of us are important. Like, you're a fucking beautiful, unique snowflake of a human sharing this art. The efficiency of hand-to-hand combat is the foundation of Jiu-Jitsu. For fuck's sake. Like, if I have to, shit, this is 6 a.m. The entire idea of jujitsu was I ran out of weapons. Now it's hand-to-hand combat. What is the most efficient answer for this? And now the most efficient answer has become a fucking sport where it's the least efficient possible thing for hand-to-hand combat. Like, you're putting yourself into these positions where you're just gonna get your fucking head caved in constantly. This shitty thing that I have to do with my life where I post videos on the internet, I get it. It's the exact same as like if I ran a academy in the 80s and I refused to use photocopiers to advertise my product. I don't believe in photocopiers. Like, I don't fucking like Instagram. I don't like the internet, but I'm still doing it because it's what you're supposed to fucking do. And you know what it's done? It's led more people to Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, and it's started a debate on the fact that maybe self-defense deserves to have a little bit of limelight, and it's not just people trying to sell me a used car. I believe in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu as a hand-to-hand combat, not as a sport. I don't give a shit about the sport. I'm never going to give a shit about the sport. And you can't bully me into caring about your fucking hobby. I like what I like, suck a bag of dicks. When it comes to people being upset about a video and then posting a video on top of a video and then making fun of a video, good. That's called the algorithm. And it leads more people to me, and it leads more people to not getting punched in the face in the guard. So I'm kind of happy about that. So there's this fucking retard that, like, he comments on everything about how much he hates me. Every time he comments, it goes up a notch in the algorithm. It's like he's just willfully ignorant. It's like, why does this asshole keep showing up on my fucking phone? Because you keep writing questions about why this asshole keeps showing up on your fucking phone. It's not my fault you're dumb. I'm a big fan of common sense. It's a dying art as far as I'm concerned. Not lying to yourself. If I'm wrong about something, I learn from that. So it's that's dead, man. Most people are like, no, this is correct, and then they die. I want incorrect. That's why I willfully go out of my way to learn more things every day. The whole point of Hickson's Jiu-Jitsu is not like this sacred text of shit. It was the fucking collection of the most efficient answers. The Elio book is the collection of most efficient answers within a hand-to-hand confrontation. What the fuck is wrong with that? So now it's like, well, no one would ever throw a haymaker. Get with the times. They'd leg lock you. I'm sorry, are you retarded? Or am I? Is there a version of this where I'm wrong? I'm pretty sure you're just willfully fucking dumb. I never wanted to learn how to beat the sport of jiu-jitsu. I wanted to learn how to defend myself because I'm not strong. I'm not fast. I don't want to shoot you 30 times if you steal my car park. There's layers to why I chose this. And when I chose this, the most important thing for me is making sure that everybody else gets it easier than I did. Because when I started, I was literally having to trade 20 reps of Kiss of the Dragon to do 10 headlock escapes. And when I say 10 headlock escapes, it was 10 headlock escapes I saw in a book because no one would teach me how to do it. That infuriated me for over a decade, where I ended up finally getting my hands on the 40 lessons that Elio used to teach as an introduction. And I went to every fucking black belt I could get my hands on and asked, how do I do this? And they'd look at me like, I don't know what that is. Can I show you how to do reverse De La Riva instead? No, I'm good, thank you. So I got closer and closer and closer to the Gracie Well, which is just pure cult Kool-Aid shit. And the closer I got, the more answers I actually got. It's weird that they only taught so many people these things, and then everybody else is like, no, I'm just gonna be a badass. I'm gonna be tough. I'm gonna submit them. Jiu-Jitsu's evolved. You have no idea, man. You have to learn the matrix complex. No, fuck off. I wanted those 40 answers to begin with. Those 40 answers led me down a very specific path. And that very specific path is common fucking sense. How do I get out of a fucking headlock? How do I get out of a guillotine? Like, how do I deal with somebody throwing a haymaker at me from far away, from middle, from like a slap? Those are the things I care about. And I'm going to come out of my corner of the ring and I'm going to complain about it and say, this is what I care about. And if you don't like it, scroll past me and go make fun of somebody else. Fuck off. I don't care if you like me. There's no version of me that needs your approval at all. Trust me. When it comes to this stuff, I want to make sure that it's easily accessible to everybody because maybe somebody out there wants it and they're getting taught how to do reverse De La Riva. And they show up at the club and their meniscus fucking pops out and they're like, well, I guess this is me being tough and learning how to be tough. No, it's you being sold a product. It's you being told that this is the way. It's the evolution. I want to de-evolve. I want to bring back striking. I want you to understand distance management. If your guard allows me to put a thumb in your fucking eye, stop it. Just let it go, man. You can go do the sport because there's two separate lanes and that lane is perfectly fine and you should do your thing in that lane. Fucking leave me alone. I'm over here. I want to do this guard. Well, have you ever thought about the idea of winning a medal by doing that guard? I don't think it'll work. Great. I don't win a medal. All right, well, I guess I can not put another medal in that shoebox of shit that I don't care about over there. I bought a medal of a sport that I helped create. God damn, dude. I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with it. And the more I have to talk about it, the saltier I get. Because I used to be very amicable about it. You know, like, sport. Have fun. Like, I'm going to say, sport. Fuck off. I don't care. That's cool. The idea of getting good at jiu-jitsu, you have to physically do jiu-jitsu. So when we spar, you need to put better parameters on your sparring instead of, I'm going to win. Well, define win. My definition of winning is I stood back up. So for this week, all I'm going to do is get out from underneath you and stand up. I'll start from under the mount. I'll start with you in backpack mission control. I don't give a shit what it is. I'm going to survive it. I'm going to escape it, and I'm going to stand up. That was my job. I need to physically be under duress, learn how to feel, how to deal with physical duress, feel comfortable, and then, oh my God, I don't have to deal with that anymore. Okay, then maybe I'll work submissions next month. Maybe I'll do nothing but Kimura. Nothing but Kimuras. I'll sharpen that knife. But there's no version of me that's trying to find the newest cheat code to win the medal for a fucking game I don't care about. Yeah. Like, yeah, man, doing this submission this week because nobody else knows that submission yet. I can catch him.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Do you you mentioned something, and this is just maybe an aside, but maybe the way that you learn stuff. You mentioned that you will tend to kind of like focus on something specific for a period of time. Like I found when I was coming up, especially as a white belt, like I knew nothing, I knew nowhere, and I had to like find one place that I felt familiar, you know, whether that was closed guard or half guard or something where I felt like I knew where my body was in space and time to kind of work from, and then just build from those places, right? Like continuing to build one escape from there, one area of opportunity or one idea of stability, like elbow come across, elbow, I go to the back, like whatever the case may be, like breaking down simple principles for me each step along the way to kind of understand. Like, do you feel like it's important to do that, or like just go like through a whole sequence of a moves, like, hey, we're going to start from close guard, go all the way to a mount, and like learn a sequence of things, or like spend time learning individual chunks and spend good time on
Every single student learns differently. So
that?
for me, my students were asking me this yesterday. I have a bookshelf filled with texts from like up to like 1700 all the way to 2025. My favorite thing in the world is grabbing a book from like way back in the day and showing the same move in that book and then showing them a book from 2025 and going like, did you see Berimbolo in there? No, I saw a Kimura. And over here, I saw a Kimura. There's a time and a place for these things. You know, like it doesn't mean that thing doesn't fucking work. It works under context for part of time, but is it the most efficient answer to that problem? Probably not. Because when they start kicking and punching, that's harder to do. It's really weird. It's like the things that are useful without your sport parameters stayed. That highest level submission in the UFC, what is it? What's the number one submission in the UFC? I'll let your fucking followers have a look online and see what that is. I guarantee it's not going to be a go-go plata. The entire idea of this was I have hundreds of notebooks of me taking notes and trying to figure this shit show out because nobody explained it to me. No one explained it to me. They just showed me a move and said, don't die. Go do some chin-ups. Spar. Well, you can't take sparring? Well, I guess you're not made for this. You're not tough enough. That doesn't work for me. So the only reason I kept coming back is that I wanted to die. Like I was fine. Like I deserve to suffer. I'm going to go to class. I'm going to get the shit beat out of me. And if I die, good. That's the only reason that I got good. That doesn't have to be the way it is at all, ever. When I talk to my students about it, I don't want them to have to suffer. There's levels to this, and you can learn how to evade. You can learn how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Let me coach you and tell you how. This is how you can stay comfortable in this terrible situation, and now you can either use it against them or get away. For me, notebooks upon notebooks upon notebooks, hundreds of fucking things. They're down to like one notebook now.
You touched on something, and this is something that I've heard in some of your other podcasts, and something you kind of like made light of, but you kind of made mention of like feeling like wanting to die and being depressed and struggling with depression, and like something that I've struggled with since an early teenage. Like, how have you found to kind of deal with that? I know like jujitsu, all this stuff, but like it doesn't just go away. Like, how do you deal with depression, or like what is your thoughts on that?
Having a purpose. So I would spend years and years staring into a void, you know, just like I'm not sure why I exist and what I'm supposed to be doing with this existence. It just seems like a waste. Feeling unwanted, unneeded, unloved is not true. You know, I was wanted, needed, and loved, but it was all in here because I'm a fucking kid. I'm done. You know, like your neural pathways haven't even fucking connected. You're just sitting there like existing with hormones. For me, excuse me. For me, finding a purpose and being goal oriented, that's what saved me. Because I used to draw comic books. I would wake up, I would stay up all night drawing and I'd sleep all day. Like my whole habit was like wake up at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and then spend the rest of my day like taking drugs and drawing. That way I was alone. I'm not bothering anyone. And I've got a mission. I've got a statement. I've got this page. This page has to get done before the sun rises. I would give myself these parameters to keep going.
Yeah.
And for me, that worked out really well. Like I just kept living out of spite. Like, fuck you, the comic book has to be finished. Fuck you, the mixtape has to be done. Oh, there's a poster for that band that has to be finished. I always had some kind of work to do. I had a to-do list. I, to this day, have to-do lists. Like every fucking day, there's boxes to be filled that keep me going, you know? But for me, the big savior, because I had a chunk of time where I was thinking, all right, if I'm gonna keep living, I should be useful. And there's like a list of to-do things that I should know how to do. Like, how do I tie a fucking knot? How do I start a fire? Like, if I'm gonna survive, I'm gonna fucking survive. Like, you will not end this. Like, that, I got to a point where, like, all right, fuck you. Try and stop me. And then the try and stop me became more like a Tom and Jerry of like, how much can I take? All right, well, if I die in the process of trying to learn how to fight, well, I died in the process of trying to learn how to fight. Fuck you. And I did. I got injured, 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 injured. And somewhere in that, probably like 6, 7 years deep into that, I remember teaching something and seeing someone's eyes light up, and they were really fucking happy in that moment, and it made me feel really happy to share something. And that's what's kept me going ever since, has been, okay, well, this helped me and this helped them and helping them helped me. That feels a whole lot better than that bottle of tequila. That feels a whole lot better than like forcefully like walking into an elbow to the face. Like, yeah, I'll take a fucking orbital crack. Like, whatever, fuck you. Let's die.
Hmm.
No, I gotta be up at 5 so I can teach that person. It gave
Yeah.
me a better purpose. You know, I had like 2010 vision for a little while on that one. My eye went back to normal.
Uh,
Yeah, that's the that dude yelled a Ki and did like a fucking elbow to the face. Oh, fuck, Ki's work. But no, me struggling with depression. Yeah, they fucking work. Uh, the struggling with depression part has been alleviated over the years because of love and acceptance from my family. So having a wife and a kid has changed me. And not in that like, oh geez, I would have died without him. Like, no, I can still fucking die. She's like, hey, be careful. I'm like, I'll try. I'm still dumb, man.
yeah.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. It's just the way it is. Like, I don't know. It wasn't meant for a desk job. I should have been a stuntman. Because I'm not tough enough to fight, but I'm tough enough to take a beating.
Beat the
Should have
crap
been a
out of
stunt.
myself for your amusement. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, man. I should have been Buster Keaton. Would have been way better for me.
So you mentioned like your wife and your son and kind of like being maybe a stabilizing piece of that, like finding. I know for me, this is when I became responsible for another human life as a reckless 17-year-old. I was on a destruction for death, myself. Like I hated life, I hated kids, dropped out of school, drugs, whatever. Like I was on a one-way ticket for death. And then I got my partner pregnant and was going to be responsible for another human life. And that responsibility of
Sure.
like, hey, all of a sudden, no longer is it just me that's reckless. Like now, all of a sudden, like if I make a poor choice, I want to kill somebody else too, or kill something else too. And that level of whatever responsibility, introspection, like shit, I'm responsible now. I have to be responsible. Like that goal, I think, like as you mentioned it, like gave me some purpose to kind of try and like, hey, I don't want to be a douchebag anymore, and I don't want to be a useless parent, and I don't want to be a
Yeah.
piece of crap person and a bad human, and all of those things, gave me I guess a North Star that probably saved my life as a kid. But um, do you feel like with having a child or having like some of that, like your vision of your role in the world has started to shift from fuck you, I'm me to fuck, I gotta be a role model?
I get it. I am a role model, but I also I hold firm in my beliefs, and they're my beliefs, and it's the way I am. And if that's what I pass down to my son, I'm proud to pass that to my son. There's no version of me. I remember when I first started, well, they first started posting videos of me, and I would get inundated with like, why do you swear? How dare you swear? That is awful. Because it's a noise that falls out of my mouth. And if that's what hurt you, that's your problem. So that's the corner I came fighting out of until a friend of mine explained it to me. And he used better words because I'm fucking recalcitrant. Like if you tell me like, hey man, go pick that up. Hey man, go fuck yourself. Why don't you go pick it? It becomes like a whole thing for me. And I have to genuinely care about your opinion and sit there and go like, yeah, you're right. I should probably go and pick that up. So if you just randomly say shit to me and I have no gauge on who you are, I all like automatically, no, shut up, you fucking idiot. Make me. Fucking physically make me. When somebody said to me, like, you're gonna get a whole lot more students if you stop swearing. Like, okay, so you want me to lie about being who I am to make more money. That's how I heard it. And then, so, yeah, exactly. That's sorry. Like, okay, so I'm gonna pretend to not be me so that I can get more people to pay attention to me, and then they can give me more money. And then when I go home, I'll just be me. Fuck you for that. I don't respect that at all, at all. So, and I remember writing that. I remember writing that to the person, and I never heard back from them. I was like, no, I completely understand where you're coming from, and I know you can pay your bills. I'm fine eating frozen meals and being myself. And if you don't like me, you don't have to be around me. It's a very large world. Feel free to go away. Like, fucking stop me. Then the idea of having a kid. I remember talking to my friend Michael Casey. Michael Casey brought up the idea of not swearing so that I could reach a larger audience. And it's less about trying to get money from them and more about trying to share the art. And then he like dropped a bombshell on me at one time. I can't remember the right words for it because he's very eloquent with his Bronx fucking accent. Like, this fucking guy. It's me caring more about myself and my feelings than I care about you and your feelings. And I was like, well, that's fuck you. You're right. So when I swear when I swear. When I don't swear, I swear when I don't swear. And then eventually, Miss Cassia was like, "You're doing a great job. Stop swearing." I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." If it's a man who tells me to do something, I will fight you to the death. If it's a woman that tells me to pick something up, I say, "Yes, ma'am."
Yes,
Sorry.
sweetheart.
I'm a
Yes, yes, ma'am.
sucker. Sucker. I'm a sucker. But to be a good role model for my son, as far as I'm concerned, I want my son, he's got good character, like he's strong-willed, and I respect that. I respect that more than people that suck up to other people all the time. Like if he doesn't like something, he says no, and then we have an argument, and I love it. Like, no, you should do it because of this, this, and this. And he's like, why do you get to do everything you want? I was like, because I'm fucking smarter and bigger than you. Go do what I told you. It's this forever thing where I'm happy that he's growing up to think for himself. And when he thinks for himself, I want him not to, go to school and be told what to think. I want him to go to school and come home with questions. I want him to have opinions, his opinions, not my opinions. I want him to have his opinions. So I don't know. I'm the worst person to ask. Also, this is my first ever kid, and he might grow up to be an asshole, but you know what? He's an asshole that I love. So fuck you.
It's about your
That's the
only
first
job.
ever blood I've ever had. Like, I'm adopted. I don't know any physical blood in my life. That thing right there is a little me.
It's
So
amazing.
good luck, world, because I was terrible.
Congratulations.
Holy shit. My mom, she makes jokes about it like, oh, sweet revenge. It's like, can't wait for you to have to pick him up from the police.
You have mentioned several times you have teams and affiliates and people all over, and you kind of have this network of friends and people that are your team and your helpers. How have you thought of that? Like, is it been intentional that you built a team or a network across the globe, or has it just been like out of happenstance? You're like, well, I guess so, and here we are.
No, it's not my intention. It wasn't my intent. It is now, and I have to put quality control on it. So there's a whole thing that's happening right now with the BJJ project. For me, my intention was to share the things that I'm passionate about with people that are curious. That's it. Because when I started my own club, I left at brown belt and I put on a white belt and I was like, fuck this shit. Because I keep teaching your black belts. Like they're doing private lessons with me to learn shit that you're not teaching. I'm not going to wear this belt. So I started wearing a white belt when I started my academy. And people started to come out of the woodworks from sport academies to roll. And at the end of the room, they're like, the fuck was that? And I was like, class is at 3. They just show up for class. And then they come to a class and be like, what was that? I've never been taught that. Because I was on a specific path at that point. Like, I'm tired of sport. I don't give a shit about Z-Guard. I want to know how to fucking fight. None of this shit's working for me. So I would reach out into different corners of the world and I'd gain knowledge and I'd bring it back to Australia, and Australia became fucking sport capital. They were doing fucking great, man. They still are, I think. I don't know. I stopped paying attention like a decade ago. Um, and all I wanted to do was share Gracie Jiu-Jitsu for self-defense, you know, and then it led me down the path of Hickson, and all I wanted to do was share and study Hickson. So people started coming out of the woodworks to become students, and they're standing there going like, this is nothing like I've ever been taught. Can you teach me more? Eventually they get to the point like, hey, I'm moving and I know a lot of stuff. Do you want me to teach it? Like, yeah, go teach it. And then like 2 or 3 years later, like, hey man, I got like 12 students now. Maybe we should call it a 0 point. Like, yeah, we should probably do that. Like that's as far as I've gone with it, went with it until the internet blew up. I just had 0 point, 0 point, 0 point, 0 point. My student black belt, my student brown belt, my student black belt. They're just sharing the shit that I share to them that I get from Hickson. And the thing is, like, I'm putting it in an order. That's another thing, is that I'm really anal about this. I don't just show a move and go like, I don't know, go fuck around. Nope. Here's this, this, and this, and they go together very seamlessly. And if you can't understand that, for the love of God, drink a cup of coffee and let's have a talk. So I make it as clear as possible and hand it down. Now, these people, they're out there teaching my curriculums. So now that I'm representing on a higher level, I have to take quality control into context, because if you're out there at 0 point and you're teaching Z-guard to a berimbolo, like, yeah, I do, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, fun is fun, and you should have fun. And this is not me backpedaling and being a paper tiger. I don't give a shit about it. I don't want to do it. So, like, if you're doing it, I guess I have to deal with it while we're sparring, but whatever. That's as far as my interest goes, is like, how do I break this toy? It's like you handed me a puzzle box, like, where's the hammer? Because this is the stupidest puzzle box. Like, yeah, if that was the answer, like, cool, all right, you swept me, great. I'll just survive from the bottom and take a dominant position. I remember that with Spider Guard. You had this guy, he used to do Spider Guard so hard that he, like, literally tore through bulldog kimonos. Dude, bulldogs are I'm old. Bulldogs were like sandpaper. He tore through a bulldog. That's how hardcore he was spider guarding. I was like, what's the fucking point? And I just laid down until he mounted me and I swept his ass into side control. I was like, wait, did I just do a warp tunnel? Like, I didn't have to fight that fight. I just let him sweep me and I re-swept him. It's a moment for me at Purple. In regards to the affiliates, we have a thing now that's coming out on the BJJ project where you can apply to be an affiliate, and you have to go through 6 months process of showing me that you're not just some random jackass that wants to wear a 0 point shirt. You have to put in the commitment. You have to stand outside the fucking temple gates and shit. I got to get a shovel, that kind of thing. Once you've gone through that, yeah. Like, and the thing is, like, I'm gonna travel. I travel a lot, so when I hit Europe or when I hit Indonesia or when I hit America, I'll have like a live thing, or I'll send a proctor, and the proctor is going to test and see, do you actually know what base is? Can you show me? Or are you just fucking powerhousing your way through shit? You're just being strong. I'm unmovable. Oh, no, that was not the lesson. So all of those guys, I only want a few. I don't want a lot. I'm paring down. Like, if you're not up to my standards, sorry. I'm good. Like, it's not a financial thing. Like, I don't want 800 fucking affiliate schools with 800 students, mediocre. Like, no offense. Like, sorry. But, like, I don't want mediocrity. Like, I want you to give me your all. I want you to preserve this art, and I want you to refine the art. I don't want you to just go like, well, Chris said to do this. Okay, well, what's your opinion? I want you to think for yourself. Show me that there's a better answer anytime. If you can show me a better answer, I've got open ears and an open heart, man. I'm not here to just fucking go like, no, dude, that's the way. Is it here? Here's a story for your audience. I was with Hickson and we were talking about how he would go and visit his dad with his son, and his son would make fun of him about like, why are you going to see dad? He's just going to teach the same thing over and over again. He was like, shut the fuck up. And they went there and he would learn stuff. And at one time, like, he went there and he showed him something that he was trying. It's called hip escape. The hip escape from the mount instead of the elbow escape from the mount. And it was a beautiful fucking story where his father learned something from him and then asked his permission. Would you mind if I start teaching this? I want that so bad, man. That was a moment for me when he was talking about passing down the knowledge and then refining the knowledge and continuing to pass it down. Like he's passing it down to me. I'm not family. I'm just some jackass at the back door that they're teaching. Like he passed that down to me. It's my duty to keep that shit alive. I don't give a shit if you make fun of me on the internet. I'm doing something more important than me. Like
Yeah.
you're posting highlight reels of your sparring sessions. Okay. Fucking you do you, Tiger. Posting clap backs at someone else's video. I don't like this guy's opinion. Look at me. All
Yeah.
right, you do you. I'm gonna continually try and preserve and refine and share this beautiful thing that's been passed down to me by pure luck. And one day, if I have a moment where I get to pass something down to him, fuck, I hope so. One day, maybe my son passes something down to me and goes, hey, Dad, I've been thinking about this. Like, this move doesn't really work for me, so I started doing this instead. It seems to really work. And if I have a moment where I get to ask myself, hey, man, can I have permission to teach them? Full circle, man.
Yeah.
Full circle for me. That's my goal. Plus, I've got like 30 hours of highlight reel of me half naked and oiled up that I need to post so that everybody can do a post on top of a post where they make fun of a post about a post instead of actually helping anyone.
I love it. I love
You're
the meme post.
fucking lame.
You and I are probably very similar into that. I
Oiling
loathe
each
having
other
to engage
before.
in social media. I loathe having to be the guy, the postie, the thing, the all the stuff, but it's kind of a necessary beast. But I do love talking to people. I love talking and I love BSing and I love interesting conversation and interesting people. So I was like, well, I guess we'll try it out. We'll see what happens. So
That's cool,
um,
man.
yeah. So where do you see? So you've talked about what you kind of want the legacy to be, right? Like sharing the jujitsu and sharing the passion that's been with you. Like, where do you see the future going from here? Like, say, not even
For
five
me
years,
of the
but in,
sport.
huh?
For me of the sport.
For you, and or I guess like your legacy, like with this growing, you growing schools, like how does the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu continue to grow, or like how does this mission spread out from here?
Out of spite. It's like everything else I've done in my life. I remember my friend Jack, before I got internet famous, which is like the lowest form of famous. Jack was like, because I would go to these Gracie things, like a room full of red belts and black belts. And I was starting to get recognized by other people, like, oh shit, man, that's that Chris guy. I know him. That's Bones. That's the guy that drew the monkey. And eventually he was like, dude, you're being too punk rock for your own good. They're not going to accept you. They're not going to they're not going to work with you. And I just started doing it on my own, and people have had to come to terms with me. And I love it because I was on a conference call with some very high level guys in what I do. And I made a joke. I was like, sorry about me. And they're like, no, we had a meeting about it. We like you.
You've been
Like,
approved.
all right, I've been improved. Because I like my intro to anything is like, sorry about me. Because everyone comes at me like, hey man, like, sorry, it's fucking sorry. All right, trouble. But
So I assume you are far more a fan of asking for forgiveness than permission.
I don't ask for shit. I'm just gonna do it. So like I don't need your forgiveness. I don't need your approval. Like it's a running joke with me to say sorry about me, but I've come to terms with who I am and I'm okay with who I am. Like I actually am. I have moments where I have to look in the mirror and be like, you're a good person, you deserve to be loved, blah 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 blah. But I've also done a lot of terrible and violent things in my life. Like you can say you're a good person, but you have to know who you are and where you came from and be better. So for me, I'm just trying to be a service to my community. That's it. And my community is very different from the community at large.
Hmm.
I feed the hungry, not the bloated. And that's a straight Chris Howder quote, man. Like it was one of the most endearing things he ever said to me because I was hired to teach Hickson's Jiu-Jitsu somewhere, and then the guy got upset when I said something was wrong. I was like, no, Hickson teaches this. He's like, well, fuck you. Like, oh, well, fuck me. You hired me to do this. And I was like, how do I teach this person this thing when they don't want to teach it? And he was like, dude, feed the hungry, not the bloated. Just let him do whatever he wants. I was like, ah, fuck, you're smart. I didn't see that coming. Just shit
Love
on
that.
Chris. No, it's so for my legacy, if I have a legacy, I honestly, I want to preserve this martial art for self-defense. And one of the best ways of getting better at it is by doing it. And you don't just do headlock releases on the wall, you spar. So as long as I can pass down that I want people to start putting parameters on their sparring, you don't have to strike while you're doing it. You can think about striking. I want you to think about de-escalation. I want you to think about evasion. I want you to think about standing, like just stand up. I want you to think about why you're doing what you're doing. If you started this to win the sport, go get better at the sport, because there's a lot of really good schools for the sport of jiu-jitsu. This school is going to teach you how to kick somebody in the face. Like, that's illegal. I know. I want to teach you everything that's illegal that's going to help you get away from this confrontation or control this confrontation. If you're a tiny girl and that's a big guy, okay, do a Barambola. Do an Imanari roll to a heel hook. I'll argue this all fucking day. And I have argued it all fucking day. And I love that angry fucking video. Like, how dare you teach a woman to elbow someone in the face? Like,
What's he gonna do?
Done it. Shit works. They're bigger than me. I'm smaller. Your legs are 7 to 10 times stronger than your arms. So if I can hold you in a triangle with my legs, even if you pick me up, I can still hook your leg, stop you from slamming me, and it puts the choke on tighter. If you knew anything about jiu-jitsu, you would understand how useful that idea is. But you just like arguing. You like being right. You like attention. I'm giving an answer. Unless you're giving an answer, shut up. What was it? It was, what's his name? Theodore Roosevelt. He said if complaining about a problem and not giving a solution is just whining. Fuck you, at least I gave a solution. That's a solid solution in my books. My wife's opinion is she's smart. She's actually very smart. She won a fucking Oscar. I'll listen to her. What did you do? I work at 7-Eleven. I do the night shift. Cool. I don't know, man. Are you writing a book in your spare time that I'm not aware of? Like, man, just the fuck up. There's some very high level people that I'll listen to and be like, yeah, you're probably right. Cool. Meanwhile, like Johnny Dipshit in his mom's basement in Utah. I'm good, man. Why don't you tie your belt correctly? Sure. You got me. I'm my belt correctly.
You have a very iron resolve with who you are. You have a very iron resolve with who you are and what you believe in. How did you get there? Have you always been that way? Did you like foster that skill of like, actually I do care. Actually I do want to have self-respect. Actually I do this, like
Define self-respect. For me, it's so brackish. For me, everything was out of spite for a long time. Like I had a reason to fight back. You know, like I came coming out of my corner fighting for specific principles at a very young age. It was just the way I am. I want to blame punk rock, but I think I got attracted to punk rock because of the way that I was. You know, like abandonment issues and say like, well, if you don't want me, fuck you. I'm still here. Like I think that's what keeps me going is like I'm okay being alone because I was alone for a really long fucking time. And then I was in a relationship where I had to take care of someone for decades. Like I was like a father figure that had to care for this person and they were never there. So I was alone in a crowded room. I'm just used to being in this thing by myself. I was born that way. I'm going to die that way. I'm very privileged to have people that care about me now. I had people that cared about me then, but you know, it didn't work. It didn't work. For me, it was mostly fuck you, stop me from day one. Like, and it became more refined with time to not everybody has to feel like that. Maybe I can help. Because I spent a lot of time in Al-Anon and Narcanon, fucking Alan Narc. I spent a lot of time in those places, and I dealt with a lot of I dealt with a lot of those people in recovery, and I had a lot of friends in recovery. You don't have to suffer. You know, you don't have to be so hard on yourself, because every time I look in the mirror, I see Frankenstein, and I resonate hard with Frankenstein. Like, fuck you, I'm here, deal with it. I am the monster that you created. And I felt comfortable in that visage. And then when I look in the mirror, I'm like, it's Dad. I'm Dad. And I need to calm the fuck down. You know, like I'm going to go make octopus for dinner. I'm going to be cool. Hey, baby, like, baby, don't get hurt at class today. I will genuinely try not to get hurt at class today. I have to take care of my family now, you know?
Yeah.
So responsibilities change you as a human, you know, choosing your responsibilities is a tough one. You know, like I put more responsibility on myself these days to be a better person. I think that has formed a softer version of me, which if you could have a softer version of me, this is it. I guess I'm like that
Yeah.
sounds funny because most people don't know me at all. Like they just see the internet version of me. Like I know for a fact that there's people that knew me and fought me 20 years ago. I mean, the best. There's a fucking Reddit devoted to like, is he legitimate? Holy shit, that's retarded. Like you have that much free time in your day. Someone sent a screen grab of a black belt going like, yeah, man, he fucked me up and I'm good. There's people doing that. There's people like
Yeah.
sending out messages like, do you think he's even fucking good? Do your dishes, man. You got some shit you need to get done. That's a straight Vinny line, man. Don't you have some dishes to do? Don't you have some laundry? Like, fuck,
Yeah.
dude, get your shit together. When it comes to me coming to terms with me, the first and most important thing for me dealing with that is not reading your comments. Because if I read how much you hate me versus how
Yeah.
much you love me, I'm fucked both ways. Either my head gets too big or it gets too fucking small. If I just completely ignore it and just be me and only deal with people that are interacting with me physically, it works way better for me. Because I've been bummed out before.
Yeah.
Like somebody would write something rude and I'm like, the fuck did I do? Like I showed how to do a fucking Sunagari. Jesus Christ. Like, what the hell did I do wrong? And then like you see like 30 comments being really nice. I'm like, yeah, yeah. I just gotta stop looking at this shit. So I think
Yeah.
my legacy, personally, full throwback to the last question, is the ability to be confident in yourself. I want you to be able to think for yourself, and I want you to either predicate this art or ignore it and go win a medal. As long as you got a set of balls swinging in the wind, like, no, I'm gonna go compete. Like, fuck yeah, you are. I would respect that way more than I think you're wrong. Well, then go prove it. Go fucking roll. Do your thing, man. Go rock and roll. Win a bunch of medals and come fucking teach me your valuable ways. I'm down, man. I'm open to listening.
Do you think that there's any gyms where both the self defense and the sport jujitsu live simultaneously together?
My 0 point, like the Sydney one. I don't know about the other ones. I like that the other ones are like, no, I don't give a shit about sport. Like the people that are attracted to me are the ones that wanted to learn how to like, get out of a triangle, not how to do a fucking cool triangle. Like, how do I survive this and then like shoot him? You know, like those are the students that I usually attract the most. So when I leave and they are in charge, like one of them like has been boxing for 40 years. He's like, I'm gonna punch the shit out of him before I choke him. I'm like, you got this. Like, I'm not gonna box. Like, boxer's fracture and boxer's knuckle. I'm good. Just got elbow. Fucking
Yeah.
the guys over here, they train with Will for the sport. That guy, the kid from the videos, Will, young William,
Yeah.
Billiam.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah, he's wonderful at the competition in jiu-jitsu. There's this fucking dork who comments on everything. Will, you're really good at jiu-jitsu. Why do you ham it up and pretend? Like, he's not pretending. He didn't know that move, but he's like, oh.
Yeah.
Sure, man. He's going with the move because that's what it does. But Will is actually very good, and people are surprised when they spar with him. They're like, "Oh shit, he knows what he's doing."
Yeah.
Because he looks like he's retarded when I teach something. And he's like, "Oh God, what is this?" The thing is, like, nobody knows what that shit is 9 times out of 10. Like, why do we do a double ankle sweep, and how does it work properly? Versus, I'm doing the dummy sweep. No. All right, man. If I can make something make sense,
Yeah.
he has this moment where he's like, God damn it, Chris is right. He does great podcasts where he's like, I refuse to be his student, but he's fucking right, and I keep teaching what he teaches me. I respect that way more.
Yeah. I'm excited that that your jujitsu is spreading and that there will be more of this
Mine,
stuff.
man.
And I think
Gracie
that
Jiu-Jitsu.
well, it
Specifically
has your
Hickson.
flavor to it because you're helping to spread it in the right way.
It's
And
Hickson
while
with
it
swearing.
there we
So,
go. That's
just so
perfect.
you
And that
know,
works for people. Sometimes that works, without the bowing and the white kimono and the thing, and
oh,
it's
fuck
just
you,
here's
I bow.
jujitsu and faith. I don't say that it's not good,
I hope
but I
everyone
mean,
gets upset with that.
do you make sure that
My
everybody
students
bows
know
before they check into Facebook? I want to make sure that, hey,
nice.
please bow before we do this session. You might have to start that in your sessions there. We're gonna get back to real
The
jujitsu.
cool
I need you to
thing,
bow now before you watch this video.
every time I go and visit Hickson, the cool thing about it is like if we have a disagreement on a thing, we disagree on the thing because that's what normal people do. So when he shows me something, I'm very anal retentive about what he shows me, and I try and show it exactly like he showed me. But then there's things that I've picked up on the way, and the concept behind his jujitsu holds it together. So a good comparison is Jeet Kune Do. You take what works and you throw out what doesn't, period. So if this works really well and then this is better, well, we take that. We use this instead. Like that whole online argument of the Gracies just stole judo. It's like, no, we took the most important things and we put them in a specific order, you retard. God. Like you didn't invent that either. No one invented, ugh, God, I hate people. Anyways, so taking the most important thing, if I go and I see Hickson and Scott comes in and he goes like, this is working and this is harder to do. Can we try this? And then we do it and Hickson's like, I like that. Guess what I'm teaching that week, motherfucker? That. Scott's version got approval from me and Hickson. And it's not just like Hickson approves. Like I gotta think for myself, dude. When Hickson has had to explain things specifically to me that I disagreed with. And then when he fully explained it and I felt it and it works, I'm like, oh fuck, you're right. Got it. Meanwhile, like there's jackasses out there like he would be a purple belt these days. Oh my god, you're fucking. The idea that you can go like, well, it's evolved, it's totally different. Like the art is not the moves you attach to it. If I learned something in Sambo and I took it over here and I attached the invisible principles of Jiu-Jitsu to it and it works properly within these parameters, that's in my syllabus, man. I'm teaching that shit for life. And if you can prove that wrong, prove it wrong so now I can teach the counter. Like that's how we're supposed to be doing this, but for some reason that got lost. You know, it's disturbing. If also disturbing that jiu-jitsu has kind of lost its fight identity, for lack of a better term. Like people shit on it in the UFC. You're like,
Yeah.
well, you can't just do jiu-jitsu anymore. Like jiu-jitsu is not a collection of submissions. That's not what jiu-jitsu is. So I think wrestling. Well, yeah, we do more wrestling than sport jiu-jitsu does at this point in my life. Like I found I do a lot more Greco-Roman than like I'm gonna sit down and do a leg lock. And that's not saying that that's the wrong answer. Sitting down and doing the leg lock is the right answer under a specific context. But if I'm clinching, I'm not gonna clinch low. I'm gonna clinch high. I clinch high because you can't add weight, and I clinch because I don't want to get punched. All of this makes fucking sense to me, but for some reason people just ignore it completely. And they just go, no, we're working on this guard this month, and you have to wrap a lapel around a lapel to achieve it.
Yeah.
Man, you do you, man. It's the refinement of these things that I'm hunting for, and seeing Hickson and finding things and having a chosen vocation. I think that's cool, and I want 0 points to be that. So if you walk in from another academy and you get like, oh fuck, that actually works, you end up being a student. That's awesome. If you walk in from another academy and you do something, it works. Hey man, can you show us that? I would love to do that. That's what we're supposed to be doing. This is not a Ryu, warring clan.
It doesn't have to be an egotistical challenge of whose moves and whatever is the best. It's we're trying to
It's a
collaborate
kumite.
what works, right?
Every fucking day is a
Yeah.
kumite. Somebody has to come in and beat the shit out of you. So, oh God, I took on a gig in the States and like every Friday some jackass would come in and try and beat me up. Like, I drove down 3 hours to roll. Like, it's my night off. Sure. Like, and then after we roll, hey man, what did you do there? Like, oh fuck you, dude. Come to a class. Why don't you drive 3 hours to a class, jackass? Fucking chest pieces tattooed on your neck, duct tape on your hands. This is the most
I like that.
obnoxious
I like that.
sport.
Sign up for a class. I like that. Hey, I'm going to submit you with a move, and then they're like, "Show me that thing," and you're like, "No, sign up for a class."
No, because that was rude. If you had come into the academy as a student, like one of my students said, like, oh, I got a friend who's a black belt. He asked if you'd roll with him. Like, I don't know him. Why would I just randomly roll with some fucking person? Tell him he's welcome to come to a class. It's not me bitching out of a roll. I'm 43. If you're a jackass and you smell like shit, I don't want to roll with you. What the shit, man? I don't know you. Never met you. Are you polite?
Yeah, if you're my
Fuck
friend and
me.
we want to play jujitsu, let's play.
We're
But I'm not
playing.
gonna
We're
just like,
playing jujitsu. If you want to fight, sneak up on me,
yeah.
motherfucker. Like, dude, this is the most obnoxious fucking shit. But that's just the way it is, man. And we kind of did that to ourselves back in the day with all the challenge matches, and then you got jujitsu fucking versus
Yeah.
jujitsu. I remember when I first started filming, Will was with another black belt, and he filmed a thing with that guy, and they were talking about like, well, he's really good at jujitsu versus someone who doesn't know what they're doing, but jujitsu versus jujitsu is what we're going for. I'm like, punch him in the face. There's no fucking move when you're getting punched in the face. You've heard, and I had to send a message like, because they tagged me in it to reshare it. I'm like, I completely disagree with that horse shit. No, I'm sorry. You're not going to be able to grab someone's fucking lapel and then wrap a lapel around a lapel. You can, but holy shit, do that to a spastic white belt who drank 3 monsters before he came to class. That's why black belts never want to roll with the white belts. They're
So
spastic. That's as close to a street fight as you're going to get without punching. Just roll with a white belt.
okay,
Let him go
okay, all
crazy,
right.
man.
I gotta ask a question there because this is something I enjoy, and
Street fights?
bullying white belts, approved or no, as a colored belt?
I think controlling. Nah, I think controlling's way more degrading. So like just like hold them down and calm them down and shush them. Like just rub their ear like shh, it's okay. It's okay, man. Yeah, I don't like the idea.
Where
And
Chris
I
Chris
think Eddie
Bones approved
Bravo
on calming down the white
just beating
belts.
the shit out of them down, man. Eddie Bravo said something really cool back in the day, like you're the lion and they're the gazelles and shit. Like, and I kind of agree. So you should be able to achieve your movements on someone who's not educated in the movements, and there's a lot of parameters on that because I remember having a lot of black belt friends that refused to roll with white belts because they didn't know how to do jujitsu. And I was like, what are you fuck? God damn it, man. The whole point of this was to learn how to defend yourself against someone who doesn't know what they're doing. But now you've evolved into like I'm better than fighting this, so I'm gonna fight the fighters fight. Like, all right, man. I think when you
Yeah,
roll with a white belt, you should take care of them and make sure that they don't injure themselves.
yeah,
Like you're not my gazelle. Like I have to take care of you for one, because you don't know that you're gonna hurt yourself. Like you try really hard to do a thing and you pop an anacostal out. That's me. That's me not giving you enough fucking space to work with yourself. I'm gonna be able to hold you down and relax you and calm down, whisper in your ear, and then we'll have a beer later. Back when I was a little bit meaner, I would hold lower belts and I'd talk to them like a gay Southern gentleman. It's like just gonna go ahead and hold you down like wiggly little snake that you are. And it was like the worst thing. There's like 2 or 3 of us that would do, it's okay, Tiger, I got you right where I want you. And it would just make him so mad. Look at you,
yeah.
so sassy.
So
Might as
we've
well
recently
get
decided
caught.
that haven't done it yet, but we want to start narrating jujitsu matches as if it was a romance novel. So,
Oh, nice
you
and
know, oh,
sexy.
he slips his
Right.
hand to the side of his to his elbow, and just narrating roles in that way.
I think jujitsu holds invisible power. This is me not being big. I think the art of jujitsu, when taught correctly, holds this immense amount of courage and self-reliance. And it's not about chucking somebody into an ice bath, giving them a kombucha, and say, fight to the death. There's a difference between the two, and I want to herald and hold the flag of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu until somebody shoots me. I want to make sure that people understand that Jiu-Jitsu is for everyone, not just for athletes. And it was originally made for us to survive the onslaught of athletes. So I want to bring it back full circle to that before I'm gone. Uh, Closing
Mm.
statements. I've got nothing useful to say in this life. I'm only good at the one thing I'm good at. So no, I can't tell you.
Well,
Put some money in your 401k. Don't get the dragon tattoo on your neck, and probably don't do cocaine. Ooh, listen to the album War by Whores.
War by Horse. I'm gonna be getting it. So we're gonna be listening to it all the way home here. So, well, I appreciate it, man. I'll let you get back to your Saturday, and I hope to talk again and visit sometime. But I'll stay in touch, and
It's a pleasure. You're welcome to come by and visit anytime.